Hello my dear beautiful bastards and welcome to Vault 88. With the arrival of the new DLC for Fallout 4, we got a large underground area to build in. I never really paid attention to the existing vaults in Fallout 4, so I just started adding hallways and walls, hoping that the game would give me enough inspiration to create something beautiful. And you know what the game gave me? It gave me ass cancer. I had to shave my ass, and now the little hairs burn the butt cheeks whenever I move. There are a couple of things I don't understand. First of all, why do the common room items not snap to the atrium items? Why is this not a thing? Who thought that not adding snapping to these items was a good idea? The next problem are the common room items themselves. Why are there no dedicated walls? Why are all items a combination of wall and floor? It must have been really fucking difficult to just separate those 3D objects and allow us to build them separately. And the doors! Don't let me get started on the doors. It says doors, but there is only one door inside. And 3 fucking windows. What the fuck do windows have to do with doors? And why the fuck is it in plural if you added only one fucking vault door that doesn't even fit anywhere? Do you know that the modded vault items have a dozen vault doors? Yeah, a fucking dozen. I don't even mind the windows anymore, I can shove them up my hairless ass and the glass will probably numb it forever. But anyway, as I was building the vault, I realized that I was being quite stupid. Placing hallways first was an idiotic idea because eventually I'd need to create a bigger room, and having a ton of hallways is just very claustrophobic, and it can confuse people very easily. I decided to scrap the entire cancerous garbage that I created and started anew. This time I used the atrium items to surround the entire cave with walls. Since the point of the vault is to protect the settlers from all the shit outside, including animals that can dig through the ground, surrounding it like this seemed like the appropriate thing to do. Luckily this time the game started bringing inspiration to my building, so the next thing I built was a room for the overseer. I used these big atrium structures to create a fancy room with an elevated ground. The stairs are next to the wall and the upper floor has the classic overseer window. That's the overseer's room, or rather building, seeing as it is massive. Next step was placing some infrastructure on the other side. First I built these stairs to test the design I wanted. I planned to have multiple levels with these stairs connecting them. Eventually I had the upper floor built and I started adding the fancy overseer room items on top of it, because I can't snap to it because the snapping doesn't fucking work, but I actually changed my mind. Probably because my ass was burning too much. I placed the domestic classic walls and then placed stairs that led to the top floor, right under the ceiling of the entire vault. This is where I placed the fancy overseer room. It is on top and it is facing the first overseer building. As I was arranging the stairs and making sure things looked nice, I encountered a hole. This isn't your regular hole, mind you. This is one of those holes that you hate, because whenever it rains, water goes in, you accidentally step in it, and your socks get wet. Nobody likes wet socks. So the only way to fix this hole is to build an additional floor that goes behind the stairs and looks like shit. Why did they not add an item that would nicely fill in the gap? Probably because they're all fucking bastards, that's why. I continued connecting the bridge items next to the stairs because I wanted a nice system in the middle of the vault that would connect everything from multiple sides so people can navigate through it easily without too much confusion. This is the end result, minus a supporting pole that was also added. Since the upper sides of the vault seemed empty, I added 2 more rooms that are connected to the wall. There is a hanging floor item available that creates the illusion of structural integrity, but once it was built, I also added supports on the edges, because it seemed necessary. Before figuring out what to do next, I closed off the 3 paths to the other parts of the vault. Since the area is quite massive, this video will be reserved only for the main area, and if enough of you like, comment and masturbate to this video, we shall expand it to the other parts. One side is blocked off with these wide halls that perfectly fit into the tunnel, and the other 2 sides are blocked with hallways. It is also pretty cool that the supports nicely fit under the sloped vault items. I guess that's one thing that they did correctly. So now I needed to figure out what to build next, and since the middle of the settlement was empty, a cafeteria seemed like the right choice. I had to manually align the room, of course, because snapping works only if you put your dick in fire and scream that you love Hillary. The room itself is rather simple and it has enough space for quite a few tables. This was also the entrance to the vault, so I wanted to place the main security area nearby. This corner had enough space to do that. I built a couple of more rooms for the residents and then created glass walls for the rooms that are attached to the wall. At this point I didn't really know what to put in them, so after placing the walls, I left and started placing the items. As we get into the vault, you can see the cafeteria entrance straight ahead, with a butcher shop right next to it in case you are in need of some meat. The path to the left leads to another part of the vault that has not been touched yet, while the right side has the security room. Once inside, we can see a nicely displayed power armor with a guard stationed behind the counter. The room contains a displayed fat man, plenty of ammo and armor, and a dedicated power source that powers only the security room, for safety purposes. The cafeteria is quite large and brimming with visitors. The long counter offers a variety of services and the shelves behind it contain various foods and drinks that the settlers can buy. The cafeteria is sponsored by Nuka-Cola and therefore it contains plenty of branding. This is also a little teaser for the Nuka World DLC for those of you who are too stupid to notice. Continuing from the crowded area, we get to the Nurseries and Clinics. The rooms mimic each other and we'll take a look at the nursery first. There are multiple cradles inside for the babies and the counter holds a couple of daddy-os because it is difficult to determine the fathers in the vault. Everyone keeps fucking everyone else and they lack the technology to figure it out, so these shots are used. In case the little shits start making problems, the alarm clock is used to bring order. If order doesn't happen, the keys are used to stab them in the eyes. If they continue being little shits, then the caretaker has a choice. They can either use the rat poison or the pillow to take care of the baby. Once the baby is taken care of, it is placed in the basket and dumped in the ice machine that is nearby. The clinics are nothing special, a couple of beds and gurneys and a lot of medical equipment, both on the shelves and the counters. As we go further up, we get to the permanent residential area. Once a resident spends 39 years in the vault, they are allowed to live here. The person living in this first room is relatively normal. They have a nice desk and chair, a plant, and items on shelves that shouldn't cause any concern. The second person is a book freak. Over the course of 39 years, he collected a ton of books that he reads all day, every day. It is difficult to determine which books they are, because he bites and growls as soon as you come close to him. The next person is a drug addict. They refuse to use the nice bed and they keep drugging themselves, pissing and shitting all over the floor. One must wonder what happened to them in these 39 years. The final room holds the hoarder. This person collected dozens of lunchboxes and they have a storage item where they place something else as well. We don't know what it is exactly, but it smells like rotten rubber. They recently started collecting plants as well. After exiting the room, you can notice this strange looking podium. Once every week, one out of these 4 people is obligated to tell the story of the 7 gnomes. It is told that this story is so insane that it often kills people. As you can see, it already killed the plants, and you probably assumed that these were portals to Zimbabwe. But no, these are actual coffins in case someone dies because of the story. Now we can go up one more level. This room here contains Power Cycle 1000 bikes that power Kevin Spacey's room. You might feel like this is wrong, but is human power not the greatest power Kevin Spacey can get? Think about it. Before checking on his room, we can visit the testing glass rooms. The red room on the right contains Mexican insects that are being genetically transformed to withstand orange lights emitted from space. The blue room opposite to it is slightly larger and contains super mutants that are being modified to spread corruption across the wasteland. And now, once we go towards Kevin Spacey's room, first we enter the lobby, where 2 people will make sure order is maintained and that the waiting time is as low as possible. The most common visitors are whores, and they are fucked in this room. Multiple whores are welcome to watch, and since Kevin Spacey can be a bit overwhelming, there is a gurney ready to take the whore to the nearby clinic. The clinic contains many items that can help the whore recover, including daddy-os to remind her who is her daddy, and Calmex to get her to calm down. Once he is done, he gets very hungry, and luckily the feeding room is quite close. Choosing among thousands of intergalactic foods and drinks should satisfy his cravings. Going up to the stairs takes us to his room. This is where he uses the technology of the gods to oversee the entire universe and makes sure things are going according to plan. On the other side of the room is another map and his throne, where he rests and prepares for his future journeys. Opposite to it is the calling station. This is where he covers himself in milk and calls his parents. Nobody knows who his parents are and where they are from, but it is known that milk is important to them. As we look through the window, we can see the Overseer's building. The Overseer is a woman of endless persistence. She doesn't sleep and she is motivated by hard work, and she does her best to make sure the vault operates exactly how Kevin Spacey needs. Going down the stairs takes us to the storage area, where we can see a couple of crates. As we go around the back, we get to Harambe and his baby bottle. Fully approved by Vault Boy. You may have noticed the lack of power, lights, graveyards, proper research rooms, maintenance rooms, and classrooms. All of this can be built in the other sections of the vault. Make sure to let me know would you be interested in seeing that happen, and don't forget to like this video and show it to your teachers or bosses. I have been Petard, your glorious lord, and may the blessings of Petardia eternally touch your butt.